What's up, guys? Bullfire the Fail-Handed here, bringing you the Art of the Leo 6. Here we are in Miravanka. In counter battle, the greens have the southern spawn, the reds have the northern spawn. Typically, what I tend to do in any medium, not just the Leo, is go towards a magical forest. Okay, that's typically where you want to roll with mediums. Now, the downside of this is their spawn is very close to the magical forest, so you can best bet they're going to mob up there. Typically, they end up going whatever's closer. I know it's kind of sad, but that's true. What you really need to do in this tank is, this tank is fast enough and agile enough to where it can respond to current changing battlefield events. In other words, if you were getting rolled, you have enough speed and agility, mobility, whatnot, to get out of that situation. Now, not a lot of tanks can say that. Yes, they may be mediums, but, you know, you're sure as hell not going to run out, you know, if you're in a 50M or a, you know, a 140 or something like that. So it's all very situational. Once again, as you see, we are running the tactical map. Always recommend this. No matter what tank you're running, you will have excellent situational awareness. And right now what we're doing is we're just making long range shots. We're just kind of sniping. We're trying to use our view range. We're getting spotted by the guy on the right, and you know, this harkens back to situational awareness. You know, if you get lit up, you need to have a good idea where you're getting lit up from. If you don't know where you're getting lit up from, well, that's a problem. And you know, you want to try to stay hull down with this tank as much as possible, just like any other medium. And you just kind of want to make hit and fade shots. Now, of course, you can't really control a whole lot whether you get hit by arty or not. Speaking of getting hit and taking module damage, the Leopard 1 tends to get racked quite easily. I do have safe stowage on this tank. I do not run a wet ammo rack. I consider that a waste of an equipment slot. Like I said in my previous videos, you want to run whatever VB Addict says. That, you know, the top three. Whatever Unicom's run for the top three, that's what you want to run. Of course, I'll be going through what equipment, skills, so on and so forth I have on Art of the Leo 10. Now, moving on, as you can see, we are adjusting our strategy to the ever-changing battlefield conditions. They are primarily focused on our left there. We are going to shoot down here, get rid of these two tanks at the end here, and kind of do a hook and encircle them. That's kind of our goal. Now, granted, you know, whether or not the rest of the greens, you know, wish to complete our goal is a totally different story. Now, as you can see, these reds are in trouble. They have guys on both sides of them firing on them. You never want to be in that situation if you can all help it. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you get pissed off. You go in, you say, hey, this guy shot me too many times. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to end him. You can do that. You can try to do that. But you're going to end up in a situation like this poor E5 is in, where he's got guys on both sides of him. Now, the idea here is, typically, once you end, you know, you clear the magical forest, you want to run up the A line. You want to run up the A line as close to the border as possible, because what you're going to find is you're going to find campers, you're going to find arty, you're going to find TDs sitting on the hill there at, you know, C4. So you have to be very, very cautious, because most of these TDs can end you in one shot. If they get lucky, of course. But just remember what I said earlier about the ammo rack. So, yeah, more often than not, yes, they can absolutely end you in one shot. So you just have to be very, very cautious. And I don't know how that IS-7 got me. That was a magical shot. But at any rate, moving forward, what you want to do is, once, you know, you clear that side, run up the A line, clear the line of arty, and then, you know, you're going to find the last bastion of resistance typically at A1, B1. Right there in the corner, you know, doing whatever, sniping at guys on the hill. So typically that's how you want to run this map. That's how you want to run this tank. You want to stay very mobile. At this time, I would also like to say that the Leo does not make great clutch shots, even with the applicable skills. It's not fascinating clutch shots. Okay, it's okay. The slower tanks tend to make the better clutch shots, mainly because, you know, they're slower. You let off the gas, they slow down faster because they've got, you know, it takes a lot more to get them moving, so on and so forth. So the Leo is not clutch shot king. For clutch shots, you probably want the E50M 62A or Object 140, what have you. Guys, thank you so much for watching The Art of the Leo 6. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.